Hi friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the rope drive mechanism. So when the power is to be transmitted for a longer distance, then the belts cannot be used due to the heavy losses in the power. So during such cases, the ropes can be used. So normally the ropes are used in elevators, the main hoists, cranes, oil well drillings, and lifts and suspension of bridges, etc. There are two types. One is the fiber ropes made up of manila, hemp, cotton, jute, like that. The other will be the metallic ropes made up of steel, aluminum alloys, copper, bronze, etc. So when you go for the hoisting tackle, that is a block and tackle mechanism, which consists of two pulley blocks, one above the other. Each block has a series of sheaves mounted side by side on the same axle. The ropes are used to hoisting the tackle, or the cotton ropes, the hemp ropes, or manila ropes. The pulleys are manufactured in two designs. One is fixed pulley and another will be the moving pulleys. The pulley system is a combination of several movable or fixed pulleys or sheaves. The system can be used for a gaining in force or for a gain in the speed. So let me take this example now. So where Q is the load to be lifted and P is the effort required to raise the load, and N is the number of pulleys or sheaves. So there are number of pulleys over here, so that I can take as a N value. So lower bottom and upper or top block. So each string will have a tension T1 to T6, and last one will be the effort P. So T1 to T1, T2, T3, etc. are the tensions in the rope, and C is the pulley coefficient or a ratio of adjacent tension that can be taken based on the whether it is rising the load or lowering the load. So if it consider the first one, the rise the load. For rising the load, the block has to be pulled downwards, means this has to be pulled downwards. So P will be acting downwards. So I am going to take the tension as T2 by T1, T3 by T2, T4 by T3, T5 by T4, T6 by T5, or P by T5. So that I am going to take. That will be the ratio, that is C. So once you got that, I am going to go for T2. So T2 is equals to C1 into T1, and T3 is equals to C2 into T2. So like that it goes. So I'm going to get effort P is equals to C to the power of 6 T1. So when you're going to take the equilibrium at the lower block, so Q will be equals to T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5 plus T6. So all the things I'm going to consider. So I'm going to substitute the formula equations what I got in this one. So that is T3, T4, T5, T6 and P values over here. So I'm going to get Q is equals to T1 multiplied by 1 plus C square, C cube, C to the power of 4, C to the power of 5. So I want to reduce that in terms of geometric progression, that is C to the power of 6 minus 1 by C minus 1. So Q is equals to P by C6 multiplied by C to the power of 6 minus 1 divided by C minus 1, because P is nothing but C power 6 into T1. So the effort required to rise the load will be P equals to Q into C to the power of 6 multiplied by C minus 1 and divided by C to the power of 6 minus 1. So that will be given in the equation 21.60 in terms of N. So N depends on number of pulleys. So similarly, if I go for the lowering the loads, so for the lowering the loads, the P has to be moved upwards. So tension this has to be moved upwards. So I want to get the ratio as T1 by T2, T2 by T3, T3 by T4, T4 by T5 and T5 by T6 and T6 by TP. So that I want to consider. So T6 can be written as C into P, similar T5 C square P, T4 C cube P, T3 C to the power of 4 P, T2 C to the power of 5P and T1 C to the power of 6P. When I'm going to equate everything, I can get again an equation, so that can be done later. So the other type of ropes we're going to use is the steel ropes. So wire rope is made up of stands, and the stand is made up of one or more layers of wires as shown in the figure. So number of strands in the rope denotes the number of groups of wires that are laid over the central core. If I take this one, the center will be the material which will be covered by the strands. So for example, 6 into 19 construction means the rope has 6 strands and each strand is composed of 19 wires. Either it may be 19, 12, 6 or 1. The center point of the wire rope is called as the core, and it may be made up of fiber, wire, plastic, paper or asbestos. The fiber core is very flexible and very suitable for all the conditions. So if I take this is the diagram. So these are the stands. So it may be having a 6 numbers over there, and each stand is made up of 19 wires or 12 wires or 6 wires or 1 wire, and the center point is made up of fiber, which is a flexible part. So when I go for the points to be considered while selecting the wire ropes are the strength, so abrasion resistance, the flexibility, resistance of the crushing, the fatigue strength, and corrosion resistance. So what are the design procedure we're going to follow? Before going for the design procedure, we're going to go for the nomenclature. So D will be the diameter of the rope, capital D will be the diameter of the seam, H will be the depth of the main or height of the building. So W will be the total load, WR will be the weight of the rope, DW diameter of the wire, A area of cross section of the rope, PB the bending load in the rope, FA allowable pull of the rope, FU the ultimate of or breaking load of the rope, N will be the factor of safety, and WS will be the starting load. So if you take this one, this is W, the weight has to be lifted, and skip will be there, so that also I have to consider. So sieve, that is pi capital D, and DW that is wire of this one, and depth of the main. So first step will be the total load. So the total load can be calculated by load to be lifted plus weight of the skip. So both together you have to consider for a total load. So total weight of the rope. So when you go for weight of the rope, I have to consider the length of the wire as well as the weight per unit length. So I go for WR is equals to weight per meter length multiplied by the length of the rope. So length of the rope I am going to consider as height of the main, that is H. So the next will be inertial load due to the acceleration, that is Wi. So that will be M into A. So M I am going to take as the overall load, that is W, that is total load plus weight of the rope divided by G multiplied by acceleration A. So once I am going to get as Wi. Then will be the bending load. So PB is equals to K into A dW by D. So K I am going to take as 827 to 8.5 megapascals, that is modulus velocity of a rope in Newton per mm square. So area, that is area of cross section of a rope. So area of cross section of a rope I am going to consider. DW diameter of the wire in mm. So and capital D will be the diameter of the sieve. So once you find out the PB, then I'll go for the starting load. So WS will be equals to 2 times of W plus WR. So I'm going to calculate that WS is equals to 2 plus WG. The next step will be the maximum load. The maximum load on the rope can be determined in the following ways. The first one will be load on the rope during the uniform velocity, that W plus WR plus PB. The second one will be load on the rope during the acceleration, that is W plus WR plus WL plus PB. The load on the rope during the starting, that is WS plus PB. So for maximum force, the maximum among the above three values, that is neglecting the Fmax, I am going to get as Fmax is equals to W plus WR plus WI plus PB. The next step will be the diameter of the rope. So allowable pull, that is FA, should be greater or equal to X maximum. So we know that FA is equals to FU by N. So I am going to find out FU by N should be greater or equal to F maximum. So neglecting the impact, FU by N should be greater or equal to W plus WR plus WL plus PB. So from the table 21.47, for a most commonly used type is 6 into 19. So from the table 21.46 for a 6 into 19 rope, these are the details you can get. So FU is equals to 500.8 D square Mn. So where D will be in terms of meters. So I am going to get as 500.8 D square Newton, where D will be in terms of mm. So next I can find out weight per unit length of a rope will be 36.3 D square kilonewton per meter square. So I can get the value in terms of 36.3 D square into 10 to the power of minus 3 Newton per mm. So wire diameter will be given, that is DW is equals to 0.063 D in terms of mm. So area of cross section of rope, A is equals to 0.38 D square mm square. So D will be in terms of mm again. So average sieve diameter will be 45 into D, so in terms of mm. So to find the acceleration, so any of the equation can be considered for equation of motions, that is V is equals to U plus AT, S is equals to UT plus half AT square, V square is equals to U square plus 2AS. So any of this equation you can use for finding the acceleration. So these are the steps followed for designing a rope drive.